Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is your weekly AI news summary from AI Podcast.
That's right. And today we're digging into a whole stack of sources covering the AI developments for the week ending June 15th, 2025.
Our mission, as always, is to quickly, cut through the noise.
Yep, find the most important bits for you and talk about what they actually mean. We've got quite a mix today. AI frameworks, new chips, even AI influencers, and hurricane forecasting.
Okay, let's unpack this stack then, starting with some foundational stuff. AI agents seem to be a theme. Google AI unveiled MASS.
Right, MASS stands for Multi-Agent System Search. And what's interesting here is it's this new three-stage framework.
Okay.
Its job is basically to make multiple AI agents cooperate more effectively, especially on really complex multi-step tasks.
Like what kind of tasks?
Well, think collaborative coding maybe, or answering really tricky questions that need different bits of info pulled together. The sources say it's already showing, decent improvements on benchmarks like math and hotpot QA.
So, smarter teamwork for AIs. And sticking with agents, Anthropic also had news. Their Claude-based multi-agent research system.
Yeah, it highlights a similar trend, doesn't it? Anthropic's system uses a main agent, kind of like a team lead.
A strategist.
Exactly. It figures out the plan, then it spins up these specialized sub-agents to tackle different parts of the problem all at once.
Sort of divide and conquer.
Pretty much. They're saying it really boosts research efficiency, especially for those wide-open, complex problems. Different approach, but same goal. Better multi-agent collaboration.
Okay, moving from how agents work together to the models themselves. Mistral AI launched Magistral. What's the angle there?
So Magistral is all about reasoning. But the really interesting part, I think, is their focus on transparency and explainability.
How so?
They've apparently trained it specifically so you can see the step-by-step logic behind its answers. The goal is building trust.
Which must be crucial for things like finance or...
It's exactly. Or healthcare, law. Anywhere, you really need to know why the AI reached a certain conclusion, not just what it concluded. That explainability could be a big deal.
Definitely. Okay, shifting gears a bit. Hardware. Qualcomm announced a new chip, the Snapdragon AR1 plus Gen 1.
Yes, they showed it off at AWE, the Augmented World Expo.
Yeah,
And this chip, it's aimed squarely at smart glasses.
like the Ray Neo ones.
Yeah, the Ray Neo X3 Pro is one example. The key things are it's smaller, more power efficient, and crucially, it can run AI models directly on the glasses.
On-device AI.
Right, up to about 1 billion parameters, apparently. This means offline features, so your glasses aren't just dumb terminals relying on your phone.
Yeah.
It feels like another step towards, proper phone-free wearables.
And speaking of on-device AI, Apple also made some noise at WWDC, opening up access to their on-device models for developers.
Big news from WWDC, yeah. They're giving developers direct access via this new foundation models framework. We're talking about their core models, around 3 billion parameters.
And the big pitch there is privacy, right?
Absolutely. That's the core message. Keep the AI processing, keep the user data right there on your iPhone or Mac.
So developers can build features like code completion or visual analysis.
That run locally. Exactly. Powerful AI features, but without your data necessarily going to the cloud.
Huh.
It plugs right into the Apple ecosystem while trying to keep that privacy promise.
Privacy is definitely a recurring theme. Okay, let's look at some real-world applications now. Google, DeepMind, and Google Research launched Weather Lab, and they have an AI for forecasting tropical cyclones.
This is fascinating stuff, potentially huge impact. This AI model can forecast cyclone paths and intensity up to 15 days out.
15 days, that's quite a leap.
It is, and it doesn't just give one prediction. It can simulate like 50 possible scenarios.
Yeah.
But the real headline here
What's that?
is that its experimental forecasts are actually being integrated into the workflow of the U.S. National Hurricane Center.
Wow, okay, so it's moving from the lab into actual operational use.
That's a major step, yeah.
Yeah.
A big vote of confidence for AI in, well, a really critical area like disaster preparedness.
Huge. Okay, let's hop over to India. The Gujarat government is rolling out an AI-driven dropout alert system in schools.
Yeah, this is about using AI for early intervention. The system analyzes student data attendance, grades, engagement, things like that.
This is spot warning signs.
Exactly. To flag students who might be at risk of dropping out before it happens, the idea is to let officials step in early, offer support, and hopefully boost retention rates, using AI to try and pinpoint needs proactively.
Interesting application. And staying in India, but shifting to marketing, the first AI travel influencer, Radhika Subramaniam.
This one's kind of wild, right? Introduced by Collective Artists Network. She's entirely virtual.
So not a real person.
Nope. Fluent in Tamil and English creates these travel stories virtually. For brands, it's a totally new way to engage, especially maybe with Gen Z.
An influencer who's always on holiday, as they say.
Pretty much. No physical limits, can be anywhere virtually, always available. It could really shake up the influencer marketing space.
Definitely something to watch. Okay, finally, some industry chess moves. Google is reportedly planning to end its relationship with Scale AI.
Yeah, this follows Meta taking a big stake in Scale AI. And the word is, Google's decision comes down to data security concerns.
Because Scale AI handles a lot of data labeling for training AI models.
Exactly. And apparently, other big clients like Microsoft are feeling uneasy too. It just highlights this growing tension in the industry about data, platform power, and who controls the crucial infrastructure when competitors get involved.
Right, the complex web of dependencies. Okay, so let's try and pull this all together. What does this week's news mean for you, the listener?
What really shows the sheer breadth of AI's expansion, doesn't it? We've got fundamental research pushing agent collaboration forward.
New hardware like those AR chips enabling different kinds of computing?
And then these really diverse applications,
Mm.
from potentially life-saving hurricane forecasts to spotting kids needing help in school to, well, virtual influencers.
And we also saw that push for explainability with Magistral and the major step of AI forecasts being used by the NHC, but also these underlying industry tensions around data and platform control.
Right. It all paints a picture of incredibly rapid progress, but also growing complexity and maybe growing pains.
Which brings us to that bigger question we keep coming back to. As AI gets woven deeper into, well, everything, predicting storms, teaching kids, selling us stuff, how do we make sure these systems aren't just powerful?
Also trustworthy,
Yeah.
transparent when they need to be, and crucially deployed fairly so the benefits are shared. It's a question that's only going to get more important.
Definitely questions we'll keep digging into.
We will indeed continue our deep dives into these AI technology topics.
And you can join us for our next deep dive into AI technology, which drops on Wednesday evening.